Hey, how's everybody doing? Welcome to Talking Shit. It's your boy Sophisticated Jerk, and I got my man in here, M3. So yeah, man, we got some pretty good clips in here. So the first one we gonna kind of break down today is I know y'all seen Megan Thee Stallion and Klay Thompson. They're supposedly dating now and all that. So I got a couple of clips, but man, before we jump into the clips, I did want to ask you a question, M3, man. Are rich men addicted to the hoes? Because I know a lot of times women are like, hey man, y'all say y'all want like good women that exhibit like feminine traits. They don't be out here sleeping around. They exhibit themselves the right way up in public. But a lot of the successful guys keep choosing the hoes, man. So are the women kind of onto something? Because I see Klay, if he's snatching up Megan Thee Stallion, man, is it proving them right?
That's funny because I thought Megan Thee Stallion was still with the broke dude.
You said the broke dude.
But as far as being like addicted to hoes, like or 304's, I want to say like they're like addicted to them, but I feel like most guys, because I mean you got a lot of options at this point, right? So it's easier for a man to like who has a lot of options to just get with a lot of superficial women that they don't even have to pay or maybe pay at a bare minimum to pretty much get rid of them, without the commitment. I think men are mostly addicted to women who are non-committal. You know what I mean? So it's not about like the woman being like a whore or anything. It's just that most men will choose a promiscuous woman because they don't want that long-term commitment, that relationship where they feel like you gotta tie them down and get married and then lose like half or 75% of your earnings. I feel like rich men kind of like or wealthy men kind of think far beyond that. Oh, except for dumb athletes.
So I kind of, because man, a little bit, I do think that they are a little bit addicted to them. But I see what you're saying. So you're almost saying like, okay, if I get somebody like a Megan Thee Stallion, I'm really not going to be into her that much. So when it's time for me to separate, I could just kind of push it to the side and move on to the next. So that's what you're saying. Like they're really not going to commit to her. It's just like I'm gonna have some fun with this.
Yeah, I'm sorry to cut you off. If you think about it, and I gotta learn how to kind of slow my words down because I'll be talking too fast. But
no, you good.
But when you think about like Meg Thee Stallion, right now she's just a trend, and the trend is that because like she has a new look. It's I won't put it. It's more like I don't want to say eye candy because that's a lack of words, but because she's like the new trend right now, and most people are talking about like her weight loss success or whatever. I just feel like right now a guy like Klay just want to be a part of it for a moment. I mean he got the fame already because he's Klay Thompson, but I think him dating with Megan Thee Stallion, it just kind of gives a euphoria on him. But once that wears off, he's gonna let it go.
Okay. Yeah, I got some more questions, but I'll go ahead. I'll pull up the clips, man, so we can take a look at them real quick. So this one, it shows like them working out. My man hugged up. So that, because I get what you were saying, where it was just like, they don't really put too much effort in some of them. So like you said, but my man holding her like he in love and shit. So let me go ahead and press play though.
What's up, y'all? Girl, make me say, yeah, get a hot girl coach and I have been working out with my man. Okay, so first of all, we went to and he was doing these things that his trainer had put us through. He said, lift this shit up. I really think that he thought that I could not do it, but I was very much so keeping up. So then we had to do these goddamn Russian twist ball thingamajigs. And I don't really like how he was throwing the ball to me because I feel like he was plotting on my downfall, wanting me to miss. Yo, I was what?
She was better than me.
Oh, okay. But my man came behind me and he had to start spotting. She was a little heavy. I said, "Oh my God, Klay, come
Megan
help
Thee Stallion,
me." Okay,
ghetto as hell.
Now this right here, I'm not really sure if I needed. Okay, I don't think. Okay, babe, I don't think I needed that much assistance, but I think that was his favorite part of the workout. So then the next day we came through, and I had put him through an ad out.
Oof.
And I don't really think that he liked that
Oof.
too much. Oof, it was hard,
Yeah,
baby.
this was the grinder.
You
right
see how
here.
he
This one
passed out a
put me
little
through
bit?
the ringer, baby. This was tough.
What's it?
Yeah, he definitely he looking like he in love, M3. That's what I'm saying. I get what you saying, but my man is out in public. Hold on, I got one more clip. Let me pull the
Oh
other one
shit.
up. Yeah, he
Okay.
narrating videos with her and shit. This is a dude in love.
You sure this was an AI, bro?
I hope so. That's why I was like, damn. I was like, man, what's up with Klay? Because if you kind of think about it, man, he's like a clean cut dude, man. Like he
Yeah.
get into the bag. So, like you said, man, definitely has options. But for him to be with her, man, that's what I'm saying. With all her like background that was out in the public and shit, it's just it's weird that dudes would like don't have no pride or something, man.
Mm.
But yeah, let me quick play on this one.
After 2 weeks, when you realize why she's been single. After 2 weeks, when you realize
So this one
why
was
she's
quick,
been
but yeah,
single.
I'm gonna play it one more time.
Yeah.
But see, like loud and shit. My man look uncomfortable. My man, look at him. He's like, oh shit.
After 2
He's like, I knew I should have got with that Asian chick. He look uncomfortable in that one. But that's what I'm saying, man. I gotta side with the females, man, because when we look at a lot of these celebrities, athletes, man, they do be locking down the 304's, man. Because I mean, don't get me wrong, like she was definitely working out in there, so you could see the transformation in the body. But I'm like, man, that's Klay Thompson. I think that cat worth like 70 million. Like he got, he gonna see those in the gym all day.
Right. Okay. I'm just trying to think. Let me just try to think inside the box, right? Because one thing about the media, I know the media want to like portray everything as bad, right? So I'm going to play devil's advocate on this one.
Okay, let's do it.
Okay, yeah, this going to be hard, but I'm going to try it, right? Let's say, for instance, right, that because of Clay's status, the money, because of Lizzo's status, right, and damn, I mean, like, damn, Lizzo body looking pretty right. But anyways, that's not the point because I know she was fat. He wanted to be able to look at her. I think at this point, because of where he's at, he could get any girl that he wants, right? But he's on that light skin type of energy, right? He's not trying to deal with no broke chicks at all, right? You know what I mean?
Oh, okay.
I'm just trying to give. Basically, I'm just trying to give both of them the benefit of the doubt, right? So I'm thinking about like, okay, the media will show like certain images, right? To try to portray that he's not having a good time or he's making a mistake. But it seems like he's having the time of his life, especially out here like on social media making couples narration. I didn't know he was doing all that. I was like, damn, but that's a real Klay Thompson, right? Then yeah, I mean, okay, I could tell that he's definitely like in love at the moment, right? And it's funny because like I was watching like Game God Goldie, right? One of his little clips. And he was talking about like, hey man, like, the one secret thing that 99.9% of men doesn't really do a lot is show like, a display of affection for their women, you know? And I know like, we're taught to be like stoic and sometimes like not to really have much of an emotion or be emotionless. But I think at this point, because dude's in love or whatever, like, and he's with like, I mean, Lizzo's not like a baddie though, but she got a body like a baddie at this point, according to the clip.
Well, that
So
was Megan Thee Stallion. You're
I mean,
confused with Lizzo. You threw me off with the Lizzo. That's why I pulled up the picture earlier. I'm like,
oh shit, oh fuck, oh shit. You know
nah, here
what?
go Lizzo. This is Lizzo right here. That's why I was like, I pulled it up. I was like, you talking about Lizzo looking good, man? Let me you better stop
Damn.
playing.
Ladies and gentlemen, look, we might have to do like a retake. I totally fucked up, right? My mind was was on Lizzo at that moment, right? So I don't know why I kept thinking about Megan Thee Stallion and Lizzo. I don't know for what reason. I just get them mixed up, right? So all this time, my mind was thinking about Lizzo's body transformation. Oh shit! Hey, look, damn, bro. Look. Clay's a fool. You know what I mean? Yes, I guess he does love 304's or whatever. I totally changed my mind about what I thought. All this time, I was thinking about Lizzo. But anyways, she's out of my mind right now. But Megan Thee Stallion, right? Yeah, man. I mean, Duke could do it like a lot better than that. You know, she got a goddamn track record. You know that she put herself like in these situations where like police is involved. You don't know like what's going to happen like later on in the long run. So for a guy like him to like be dating someone that's not really his caliber, that's where I would be like, okay, Clay, you really is messing up right now, because you could have like I would have been happy if he had dated like old ass like Halle Berry. Even though Halle Berry is still fine, but I would have been happy for him to date her. Someone who's crazy but has a little bit of class, as opposed to just crazy and just ghetto all around. Damn. I wonder if she was talking like that. But anyways, yeah, he really messed up on that one. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, nah, I agree, man, because yeah, for her, because she was just in that shooting incident with Tory Lanez.
Mm-hmm.
Just the background of some of the other people she dated, and it being kind of out in the public. So don't get me wrong, man. Everybody got like a pass. So it's just like, man, you can't completely erase all that, but for somebody's past to be so in the public, and she twerking everywhere, and she kind of have that image. She's known for being that 304. Yeah, this is crazy. Seeing somebody of his magnitude, because he seems pretty calm, and he's not too hip hop-ish. You know what I'm saying? Like he seemed like he's not in that room and stuff. So yeah, it was just weird seeing them together. When like he don't have to be in that mix. So
but
yeah,
sometimes it'd be like, I'm sorry.
No, you good.
I was gonna say sometimes it'd be like it's like, think about like if you was a kid that you grew up like in boarding school or whatever, right? And you've been around with so many of these like like uppity like boring type of kids, and then you're looking at the outside in, and for once like you probably took a field trip to actually see like a public school and what that looks like. So now it's like you're fascinated with like, man, what would the outcome would be? Like, would I look cool now? Do I feel more hip, more a part of like the so-called culture, I guess. So I don't know. Like, I'm just thinking like I'm thinking all kinds of weird stuff right now, but I'm thinking like, well, a guy like Klay Thompson, who's dating like a hip hop mogul, it's like I feel like it's not really in his lane, but he's like just trying things out.
Yeah, I pulled up the article because I was like, man, let me. I forgot who some of the people she dated. So we know the whole incident with Tory Lanez was smashing her and her friend. So she was like a certified like side chick and shit. So that's one we know off the top, because this was just recently she played up and got shot in her feet. So that's what I'm saying. Okay, so that's a weird incident where like you a guy that have some pride, you like, oh hell no, I ain't about to give with nobody that was just in a public eye and all that shit. But look, man, look at some of her past. Moneybag Yo. So that was in like 2019. So you see her, she got the blue hair, my man, he on the thug shit. So he was definitely dusting it off. Trey Songz. She got some of the R&B. That was in 2019 too. Damn. It was like right after the relationship with Moneybag Yo. So she ain't waste no time. She was like, fuck it, I'm out here. Okay. Tory Lanez, 2020. G-Eazy. Goddamn, G-Eazy got some of that ass too. That was 2020. So these are all like two in 2019. So she just jumping. She's from dick to dick. She's like, fuck, it's no time. Okay, G-Eazy. Damn, he got the photos with her too. So all the white and the light skinned niggas be showing the public display of affection. I'm seeing the trend. All right, hold on.
For a second, I thought you said be easy for a second. I was like, okay,
nah. Don't put that on the homie bees. Nah, G-Eazy. All right, Party Fontaine. He was 2020 to 2023. So damn, he had a 2-year relationship. So yeah, they all damn. Megan ain't fucking around. She's like, look. She's like, well, y'all leave me. I'm on the Ave. Hold on. Damn, she got a soccer player out here.
Okay.
Romelu Lukaku, whatever. I know I fucked that up, but shit, he was 2023. Oh, okay. So he's a Milan soccer player. So he's on the okay, damn. So yeah, she breezing through dicks. So okay, yeah, Megan Thee Stallion spotted with Belgium soccer player. All right.
Okay.
So that's what I'm saying, man. So it's like, you know, you can't even use the excuse like, man, I ain't know her history.
Yeah.
You could do a basic Google search. So yeah, the fact that he's you know, Klay Thompson is his Twitter, like, and especially from her dating history, it's just like you could tell like he don't really mesh with that group, which she really likes.
Yeah.
So I'm not saying like people can't change because maybe she's like, you know what, man, I had the thug experience. I done got shot in my foot. You know, I had the whole situation with Tory Lanez. Let me try something different. Let me get the stoic guy. So you think it's maybe like she's trying to change her past a little bit?
Maybe, or maybe Clay's trying to change too. Maybe he's trying to like, you know, be a part of that life. You never know. But I think for Meg mostly, I would say like it is a good way for her, right, personally, for her to clean up her image, you know,
Yeah, that's a good
and
point.
get with somebody who is like more mellow. What up, Wally?
Okay.
What's going on?
Yeah, she might be paying Klay. Like, look, man, just be my boyfriend for about 5 months so I could get myself about this bad press. So maybe she's like, shit. But Wally, real quick, we were talking about Klay Thompson and Megan Thee Stallion. Do you think rich men are addicted to the hoes? Because you know how like females they be like, hey man, y'all don't really want the good females that y'all say y'all do, because whenever y'all get opportunity and options, y'all always go to the fucked up females. You think they kind of valid to a certain extent? Looking at Klay with Megan Thee Stallion?
I mean, hey. I think Klay knows good and well why he went that route. Look at her performances on stage.
Oh, okay. So
he want to know what that feels like. He's like, hey, look, hey, drop it over here real quick. Let me see how that thing.
Yeah, she definitely got a nice body, but man, yeah, you be thinking like Klay shit. Klay worth, I looked it up. His net worth is between 80 and 90 million. I'm like, Klay could clone her. He ain't got to be with Megan Thee Stallion. If you want to, you can go have her cloned and not get all the bad press. But you think he lacks some pride, Wally, man, while he's going that route? Or you think it's just like he's on some sexual shit?
Nah, look, this is typical basketball player shit.
Yeah, it's official now, man. NBA players, they at the bottom of the totem pole when it comes to like bagging good chicks. They wifing up anything at this point. They got the title. For a while, it was NFL players was giving them a little run for their money, but NBA players, they coming out strong. They wifing OnlyFans chicks, R&B leftovers, video vixens. They don't give a fuck. They're like, hey, they got too much money. I think that's what it is, man. I think the magnitude of like their contracts and stuff, they just like they to the point now. They got so much money that they like, you know what? I don't care what anything. I'll throw a paper at the problem.
They can't throw it at it forever.
Hell no. But yeah, he gonna mess up soon. I think, man, he gonna mess around and get her pregnant and shit. He locked in for a good 18. He gonna be like Offset at Cardi B. Because I know Offset, that's when he's like, man, I can't believe I did that shit. Now I'm stuck to her. She hooking up with everybody.
I remember I pressed someone about that a long time ago. They got mad when I said, man, he out here wasting time on fucking hoes and bitches. Next thing you know, they be singing songs about staying away from the hoes and bitches. But you just wiped up Cardi B though? Okay. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a good point, Wally, and that's why I guess I'm getting at. I'm like, man, a lot of people do be talking shit, but then they run right to the worst of the worst. So I do think like women are a little bit valid when we saying that, because I even in some of the scandals we'll see online with some of the guys, they be like coaching everybody, and then they go get the sugar babies and shit. It's just like, man, we might as well shut down shop if the first chance everybody get, they go get the hoe and they got options. It's like, man, you ain't really got nothing to complain about then.
Yeah, you know what's so funny? Because I had a conversation on a different panel the other day, right? And a brother would said, usually by the time, like, if y'all get into like a comfortable zone where y'all are living together, like 1 to 2 years within marriage, you'll know for sure if it's going to be working for the long term. You're trying to tell me 1 to 2 years of dating this chick, being married to her, you didn't realize? Oh, hell no, I gotta get out of here. She don't cook, she don't clean, she don't do nothing. But she's gonna show you how she got that ring, right? And yet you just stay there years. Now you want to cry and complain. I'm like, nigga, get the fuck out of here.
I'm with you. Yeah, man, we gotta tighten up. But man, we'll go ahead, we'll jump into the next segment. We ain't want to spend too much time on that one. Shout out to my man M3. He was calling her Lizzo. He had Lizzo on his mind. M3 was like, shit, he wouldn't get at Lizzo if you watching, man. M3 want a shot. No, I'm joking.